Good morning and happy New Year's Eve. Got a little story to share with you today. It's a goofy one this time. Yesterday, I just sort of out of the blue remembered something that had happened to me in the fourth grade. It was kind of a throwaway moment, really. But it would not leave me alone. So this morning in the shower, well, just now, a little while ago in the shower, see, you're getting me dressed. My hair is still wet. That's how urgent this moment in the shower was. It's like, you have to share this story. Here's why. Like I said, it was a throwaway moment that, I mean, the first question is, why do you even remember this? Why did it come knocking on your door yesterday? But I think when I tell you, it'll make perfect sense. And I think some of you might be kind of wrestling with something similar. Okay. So here goes. Fourth grade. Now, my fourth grade teacher was the one I was terrified of. The one that, if you ever took piano and had that teacher that would wrap your knuckles with the ruler if you got a note wrong, which mine didn't, by the way, but my fourth grade teacher was that kind of teacher. We were all scared of her. So we all wanted to get things right. So one day she handed out a worksheet, just one sheet, writing all the way down the page. And at the top of the page, it says, read everything before doing anything. That's pretty clear. So I read all of these statements. I numbered all the way down, and I got to the very last one, and it says, only write your name and today's date. That seemed pretty clear too. So I wrote my name, I wrote today's date, and I put down my pencil. And then I looked around the room, and all the kids were just writing and writing and writing. And I sat there a minute, and I thought, I must be wrong. Oh my God, I must be wrong. I must be stupid. Oh my God, I'm missing something. Look, they're all writing. Oh my God. And all the time my gut saying, you read the instructions. You know what to do. But look at all these other kids. They're all writing. So I very quickly started answering all the questions. And then the teacher called time. I wasn't done. Oh my gosh. And all the kids are like, oh, we're not done. And then she took up our papers and she starts looking through them. Wrong, 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 wrong. And we're all just like, oh. And she went all the way through. And she said, you all got it wrong. The last sentence said, only write your name and today's date. Now, let me tell you what's important about this. You know, and I'm probably not the only kid in the class that did this. We never talked about it though, you know, fourth grade. But here's what's important. I actually listened, I read the instructions, and I did what I knew to do. I did. And then when I looked around and looked at what everybody else was doing, I ignored my gut. I ignored my head. I ignored my heart. I ignored my own knowingness out of two things. Fear of getting it wrong, whatever that is. And I got it wrong anyway because I was afraid of getting it wrong. And not being one of the crowd, fitting in, belonging. And so, as simple and silly and minute as that life moment is, that story became embedded in the story I've historically told me about me, the story I tell myself about myself. And that is, oh my God, you got to get it right. You've got to fit in. You've got to belong. You've got to get it right and fit in to belong. And that tiny moment ended up becoming a defining part, a defining, limiting, prison-like part of the story I've told me about me, part of my operating system, my life operating system. So yesterday, when this memory came in just out of the blue, I was working on something else entirely. I'm actually writing something for all of you, fun thing about fear for all of you. But I'm writing this, and this story just comes out of the blue. And it is related to fear, fear of being wrong, fear of not belonging, and a little bit about where that belief and where that story took root in my life. And I bet you have one too. So, like I said, it was so important to get up and got in the shower this morning and it came back. It's like, all right, I'm just going to throw some clothes on and I'm going to come tell you all of this. So here's what I want you to think about. Today is New Year's Eve. We're at a tipping point. We are at a tipping point. It happens every year. This one feels a little bit more important because individually and collectively, we've had quite a year, right? So as you make, I started to say this slide into the next year, that would be the effortless way, okay? So let's think about it like that. Because a tipping point for me, I think about, climbing up a hill and then teetering on the top. And which way am I going to fall off? Fall back or slide forward? So maybe that works too. Slide forward, slide into what comes next, slide effortlessly into something better for yourself, which means leaving some of these old stories and old operating systems behind. If you have a laptop, you have to like debug it and get rid of viruses and all that kind of stuff. So let's think about that. Take a moment today and think back through your life for maybe a teensy moment like this that has ended up being a defining story, and decide if you're going to continue letting it be a defining story. So happy New Year. A little bit early, but I'm getting ready. Tonight I'm going to toast. I have a really nice bottle of Prosecco, and I'm going to toast the me I am becoming in 2021. I'm going to toast the me who's leaving behind some old stories and old baggage. I have on socks with flowers on them. If you're following me on my personal profile, you know I don't wear matching socks very often. This is to plant my feet in flowers to fertilize the blooming I'm going to do next year. Toasting 2021 me with my feet planted in flowers to bloom and blossom. That's my wish for you too. Happy New Year and bye for now.